Welcome to the second part of me showing off all my old technology, and we're going to be starting out with this portable DVD player. So I'm going to turn the lights on for this one because this thing is completely black. So this is a portable DVD player, and it has a rechargeable battery that you had to unscrew because you couldn't just pop it off like that. It had to be screwed in. Now, you could take the battery out and charge it, but I'm not going to do that right now. And it actually did have a cord that you could plug into the wall, but I lost the cord. And you could also hook it up to your, I think you can also hook up, like, video game consoles like PlayStations and the Nintendo 64 like I had. It's kind of interesting. So, also has some light LEDs right here to tell you whether or not the thing was on or off. And that's just the outside decals. And when we open it up, it's clamshell. Now, this thing did have a remote, but the remote got lost too. And yes, that is my little initial. I put it right there, and you know who it's property of. So you see it has a little thing right here that you put the disc in, and you close it like that, and it has buttons right here for if you lose the remote. Like, for example, the play, pause, the rewind. It only has the rewind, it doesn't have fast forward for some reason, but it also has the stop button as well, which is what the little square is. Now, this was considered, if I remember correctly, this was considered cool back in my day. Nowadays, it's kind of obsolete, because, you know, since we have phones now, and, well, I'm filming this on a phone right now. But I'm going to keep it. I like to keep a lot of my old stuff because usually it becomes props in some of my videos I make. Like a lot of the videos I make on NCE Plush videos. If you don't know, the link for that channel will be in the description. And, yeah, let's move on to the next object. These vinyl records... hang on, this is going to be hard to lift up. And this record player. Alright, so these two go together. And this is a record player from, if I remember correctly from what my dad told me, 1964, so he would have been around 5 years old when he had this record player. Now, fun fact, but the needle actually broke off, and a part of it is stuck in that, and I like to call this the record player arm. So what my dad did was, as a kid, he had a thing of coins, which this is the original thing of coins. He had it wrapped in bandages, and he weighted it on the record so it would still make sound. And speaking of which, here's some vinyl records. Rip Kenny Rogers. I have like 2 Kenny Rogers records. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these records are cracked and don't work, which is saddening because a lot of the songs on these records are really cool. And yes, this is the outfield, the Josie's on a Vacation Far Away. No, I'm not going to have the song in here. If you want, go look at the TikTok where Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie sings it. But anyways, how records work, where they have grooves on them, as you can see right here, grooves that the needle would go through and vibrate on, and the vibration would pick up and come out of the speaker as sound. But this is also going to be a short comparison, because first we're going to have to remove these records and show you something I got for Christmas a couple months back. This is a record player. It's designed to be like a suitcase, but unlike this one where the entire top of it pops off, this one just opens up at a right angle, and it's big enough to have the big and small disc on it. Now, I've had this stored away for a couple of months, but I decided to bring it out for this video. And also, on the occasion, I do like to listen to some of the records that aren't cracked. And there's lots of differences. Mainly the settings, as you can see. This one has 3 dials, this one has 2 dials. And also a little strap on here to keep the arm from going haywire like this. And it's got a little lever right here to lift the arm up and bring it down. And not only that, but it's got a different way of playing miniature records. Like, for example, this is how my dad's record player does it. Just lift it up like that, and it's like it's like one of those old bathtub drains. And with mine, you just have to put this little plastic cap on, and it stays on. And with my dad's, when it comes to holding the records in place, it's got this carpet-like material on it, whereas mine just has these 3 rubber stoppers on it. And of course, they all have the same settings with fast and slow and stuff. But, anyways, I'm gonna close these up now. First I have to put the, this is getting hard to close. Just hang on, folks. There we go. So I'm gonna first remove this record player. Alright, gotta get the other one now. This is pretty heavy. And now we're moving on to the video cassettes, which, if you don't know, in the last video, they're like music cassettes, but they're a lot bigger, and they play video, unless we're talking about the, where is it? Unless we're talking about this one, which is a miniature video cassette. But anyways, yeah, let's take these video cassettes now. I'm gonna lift this one up and bring it over to my table. Aw, damn it. Let me lift this one up as well. Alright, here we go. Alright. Here, let me sort these tapes out, folks. You know, sort out the ones that have cardboard and no cases, and the ones that have plastic cases over here. There. Now this makes it a lot more easier to show them off. So, these are a similar vein to music cassettes, but like I said before, they do play videos. Hey, is this one Richter Overtime? You're probably too young to get the joke. But anyways, they work the same way. They use magnetic strips of tape, as you can see right here. And that's pretty much it for this one in particular. This is, what's interesting is this tape right here is actually TV recordings. I think it's, if I remember correctly, this one has Adult Swim on it, and some episodes of Ed, Edd n Eddy alongside a Dragon Ball episode. This one is a TV recording of Grease 2, nothing special. This is a film, if I remember correctly, or it's either based off of a book called The Country Mouse and the City Mouse Adventures. This one is the live-action Street Fighter film. This one is Tim Burton's Batman. And this one is the animated stories of Peter Rabbit, Benjamin Bunny, and of course the Tale of Samuel Whiskers. Still in its box. I like it. This one is Batman Forever featuring Ginger Riddler. And this one is Dazed and Confused. What is considered by many to be probably one of the funniest stoner comedies ever. This is a Blockbuster tape. And I'll probably make a video about visiting Blockbuster and similar stores. But what's interesting is what this tape is a South Park tape from around 1998. And speaking of South Park tapes, this is one of the few South Park home video tapes from the 90s. This includes the episodes Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride and Weight Gain 4000. And, yeah, this is just the episodes. And these were by Rhino Home Video. If you don't know, Rhino is like a music... I think they're like... They do music now. They, like, record it and put it on records and crap. And, we're moving on to the plastic casing now. This is Scream from 1996. Now, originally, it did not come with a case when I got it, because I found this in a box of old VHS tapes that I had found, alongside the ones over here. And these four right here are a different story because of how I found them. But, yeah, this is Scream. A copy from around 1999, I think. Now, this, I just slapped a paper sticker, more specifically a paper mail sticker, on this and just put Scream 1996 on there with a crudely drawn ghost face. There's nothing special about this one. we're going to move on now to the last 4 tapes, which are interesting because of where I found them. I found all 4 of these tapes in a Goodwill, and all 4 of these films are on Netflix, and a lot of the tapes here are broken, unfortunately. But let's start out with the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius one, and this is of the film, and here's the tape, and this is what I mean by it's in bad condition, unfortunately. Even though it was in the case, it got dropped, and the little peg that was holding in the flap just broke, unfortunately. But I'm glad that the magnetic strip of tape is okay, so that means that I could get this fixed and I won't damage the film somehow. And speaking of which, this actually came included with a CD-ROM game. And here it is. This is a CD-ROM game that contained demo games of Jimmy Neutron. Does anyone remember the old days of computer games where you had to, like, boot the crap up on a CD instead of just downloading it off of Steam? Man, those days were so... I am glad that we're out of those days now. All you have to do is just download something now. Here, we'll put this back where it goes. And now we're going to move on to Prince of Egypt. Probably one of the most accurate animated Bible films from DreamWorks, no less. And this is the description on the back. Yes, I got this from Goodwill. Surprisingly, for $99. And what's interesting is that I got something similar. All of these films came with their plastic casings included, and this one too. This is the second Rugrats film where they go to Paris, tape intact, back when Nickelodeon used to have orange tapes. Kind of a funny concept because of the whole orange theme that Nickelodeon liked to go through during the 90s and 2000s. And here's the first Rugrats movie, similar style, though on the side when I got it, because you see, when I had actually bought it, I had marked my name on there when I brought it home. But when I looked at the side of the tape, it said that the tape belonged to somebody named Miranda A. And I don't know who that is, but I have to say, the fact that I was able to find this tape for 99 cents and not like $10 or higher like they do when they sell it online, thank God, because I do love collecting old stuff. I want to do a skit video one day where some guy goes to a Blockbuster-esque store with all these tapes in here, and just have it be like that, alongside the video game cartridges. But anyways, we gotta move on to the last thing I'm going to show off of. This case right here. And inside of it is a video camera, a rather old one. So inside of it, though it is Panasonic, it is a Magnavox video camera, and it has multiple features. And this is going to be the last thing I'm going to show. Like, for example, it can eject, and when you slide this thing off here, it'll show you different things you can do, like record, dub, rewind, play, fast forward, pause, and then stop, basic controls. And it's a turn-on button right there. It has a little thing to put your eye in. And I'm sorry if I'm kind of talking fast. I only have 2 minutes of footage left to go off of. But yeah, that's essentially the basics. It even has a lens cap and a little flash right here. And the other side is the deck where the tape goes in. But unfortunately, because it doesn't work anymore, the battery doesn't charge anymore, and the charger port for the battery is broken, it can't have tapes in it. But in the end, I'll keep this as a prop and still use it. But now, I have to put it away. And again, sorry for talking so fast, but I have to stick to a 15-minute time limit. Also, I sort of forgot to mention that I have another tape player. And, yeah, so pretty much, that's all the old pieces of technology that I own. And what's interesting is that even though these are considered old and outdated, they kind of have made a resurgence in a sense, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. This has been NRG0277. Thank you for watching, and have a great Sunday. I'll see you next upload.